Good evening again, my friends, and welcome back to the show. I am your host, the Comic Buddha. I'm a little bit late on New Comic Book Wednesday. Um, I've had a couple of things going on. Little one's been sick for the past couple of days, so I'm trying to get her back in order and everything. Been doing a couple of different things at work, a little bit longer than normal, so I unfortunately wasn't even actually able to get my new comics until Thursday. So, that being said, figured I'd show you guys what I picked up this week, and hopefully it'll inspire you to either pick up the one or pick up one next week, or maybe start the new series. So we'll see what happens. First book is going to be X-Men Gold, number 5. Again, I'm not really sure how to take the book so far. I mean, I enjoy the fact that a lot of my favorite older characters are in there. I do enjoy the fact that Gambit's back in. He's always been one of my favorite characters, and I don't know. We'll kind of see. I'm kind of interested to see again how this is all going to play out with Legacy coming back. Whether or not they're going to continue on with the X-Men Blue and Gold, whether or not they will change something over to just plain X-Men or go back to Uncanny, not really sure. So I guess we'll all just have to kind of wait and see, being the fact that the only book that is currently going to be stated that it's going back is Ultimates, and that'll start with 100. So that's all they're telling us so far, so we'll see what happens. So book number 2 is going to be Jessica Jones, number 9. I've enjoyed the book. I just don't think it's something that I'm going to necessarily continue on with. I believe in the August solicitations, I think they're doing the finale of the arc with the Secrets of Maria Hill. So I'm going to wait, I would say probably until then, at least to finish up the arc. And I believe that's issue 12, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, if you're looking for something like Alias, it kind of started off that way, but you can definitely tell it's not where this is going. To be honest with you, I'm not even 100% certain on where he's going to go after that story arc's done, so maybe they'll end it at issue 12, who knows, but we'll wait and see. Alright, Iron Fist, issue 4. So, like I've said before in the past videos, Iron Fist is really good. I enjoy it. I like the trials that he is going through to kind of make himself feel like he's actually being challenged. So that's kind of a nice touch to it. Like I said, this is issue 4. So, I mean, I'm probably going to stick with it for a little while. I actually haven't gotten Luke Cage here, which I guess it probably should be coming up pretty soon. That's another one that, like I said, the first issue was pretty good. We'll kind of see where it takes us from there. It's so difficult to be able to know what to say with some of these, like whether or not to get invested in it too much, or if it's going to be just a mini series. It would be kind of nice to know that, but they're not really telling us very much since Legacy's around the corner. So, but I guess for what it's worth, it's a good comic, and if you like Iron Fist, I definitely say pick it up. Next book, Daredevil 21. So most of all of these I have not read just yet. They're going to be read hopefully shortly, but once I get down towards the end of the pile, that's when I think I've read like 2 or 3 of them so far for this week. But Yeah, Daredevil's just been really, really good. Charles Soule's done a tremendous job with it. It's kind of fun to see now that they're going to be tacking in the Defenders and kind of adding them all in there too. So I'm debating on whether or not to pick up the Defenders. I probably will just for the first few issues, because I believe it's up to issue 3 or 4 is going to be the storyline with the Punisher. So definitely got to pick that up just because Frank's in there. So we'll at least get it for the first 3 issues. Next book is Bullseye number 5. So this ends this story arc. I know a lot of people have said that it's really been bad and they kind of stopped it at the first one. I mean, again, you know, it's not one of the greatest stories ever told, but it certainly is. It's had its moments here and there. You know, Bullseye is kind of like the sporting character and not really. He's not really the star of his own book. Let's just put it that way. Again, it's worthwhile if you're going to probably end up finding it in the dollar bin somewhere down the road a few months, but you know, I probably should have waited, but whatever. Who would have known how things were going anyway? So, all right, next book up, Rock Candy Mountain number 3. So in the last video, I had said that I had just picked up issue number 2 because my local comic shop didn't have that one. And so, yeah, so that's number 3. So I get to check that one out and see how the story progresses. And like I said before, can't go wrong with fighting hobos and the devil fighting hobos too. So it's pretty fun. Next issue is Green Arrow number 24. This one is still the Rise of Star City storyline. So we'll kind of see, again, Green Arrow is one of those ones where, you know, I kind of fell off for a little while there. The book itself has gotten better, so I'm kind of anxious to see where this storyline is going to go and whether or not, you know, after it's done, I'm going to continue on with it. So we'll wait and see what happens. Next book up, Superman number 24. This is the conclusion, I believe, of Black Dawn. Kind of nice to see a character I haven't seen in quite a long time come back. So I wouldn't have exactly thought he would have been the baddie behind this, but you know, hey, why not? Might as well throw him in there. Try not to throw any spoilers in case anybody didn't read the previous issue. So next one up is Star Wars Darth Vader number 1. So not quite sure why why they didn't just continue on with it. I don't know. Marvel just loves to do number 1s, I suppose. But whatever. It's Darth Vader, it's Star Wars, so of course I'm going to end up picking it up. Next book. The end, finally, of The Dark Knight. The Master Race. So issue 9. I cannot believe it took this long. It doesn't surprise me. I will be perfectly honest with you. I have not read a single issue of it. But that'll come down the pipeline. So maybe it's better that I didn't, because at least at that rate I can go ahead and sit there and read them all and not have had to wait, you know, however long it was, like 8 or 9 months it feels like between each issue. So so yeah, I will let everybody know how that was once I get to that point. So next up is another one that's going to be finishing, is Reborn number 6. So, and that's actually another book that I stopped. I stopped at issue 5. I did not realize that it was only going to issue 6. So I ended up putting it on there just to be able to get it. I actually thought I had missed it, but apparently it was, kind of on hiatus there for a little bit, it seemed. But at least it's done, so I'll finish it up and see how it all ends. All right, so the next, or the last two, I should say, these are ones that I did read. So issue number 20 of Doctor Strange. This one actually ends Jason Aaron's run on the book. Definitely sad to see him go. I feel like he's done a tremendous job with the character and, developing everything. A lot of interesting plot changes at the end of the book. So hopefully they'll continue on with that and kind of, see where they go from there. It was kind of weird getting issue 21 last week, but getting issue 20 this week. So I'm not sure if that happened with you guys or if that was just, maybe my comic shop ran out of issue 20 and they just gave it to me this week. Not 100% certain, but whatever. It's not like it really, coincided with issue 21 anyway, like I thought it was going to. So, all right, and finally, everybody's favorite issue, it seems so far, Batman number 24. I unfortunately did not get to read it in time before I started getting the spoilers on the internet. Actually, it was off of, I believe it was off of Twitter, not YouTube, but it was actually off of Twitter. So probably shouldn't have looked at it. I should know better than that to go on there, but unfortunately I did kind of find out what happened towards the end of the book. Not that I normally look for it, but it just kind of happened. So, but I mean, all in all, it was a good kind of one-shot ending of the story. I don't really understand, like, I kind of understand why Gotham Girl was in there and why they were kind of talking about things. It just seemed kind of strange, I guess, to a certain degree. I don't know, maybe it was just me, but it was kind of, I thought, supposed to be centered more around Bruce and Selena, but, whatever. I guess I kind of get the understanding of it all, but, so I guess that is it for the new books this week. I do actually have a few new books that I did pick up. A few hardcovers and softcover. So I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I didn't actually get to go and read the Unworthy Thor, so I was kind of waiting for the trade paperback to come in. So that did. So I get to check out the whole thing. Unfortunately, I know how it ends, but, whatever. Should be a good story, as everyone's told me. Continuing with the beginning of Jason Aaron's run on Thor. This is the hardcover version of the second book, God Bomb, and that is issues 6 through 11. So looking very forward to getting to that portion of it. And then also, for the last book, this is the Golden Age Superman Omnibus Volume number 4. So I'm not sure how many more of these they're going to be doing. Hopefully that's it, but I don't know. They seem to be doing Superman and Batman are the two for the Golden Age that they've done the most with. As of currently, there's one for Wonder Woman. There is one of the newer version. There is one for Green Lantern. I'm assuming they're probably going to do a second one because they've done 2 of the old omnibuses, but for the new one they just have the one. There is a new or a second volume of Wonder Woman coming out pretty soon. And then I believe, what else did I see? I believe there was one for Adam Strange coming up, and believe Green Arrow possibly too. That one I'm not 100% certain about. I'd have to double check. Um, so for most of those omnibuses, I did not get. Oh, I did. This is a while ago, but I did end up getting the Suicide Squad one, the original Suicide Squad, and but I didn't end up getting anything with the Justice League or Justice League of America, Justice Society, or Teen Titans. I thought about it, but I just decided against it. So maybe one of these days down the road I might, but as of for right this minute, I'm perfectly fine without it. So, but yeah, other than that, that is all that I have for this week. And hopefully I'll try to kind of get back on schedule again and get a little bit, earlier video than 5 days out or 4 days out or whatever it is now. So, but yeah, I guess other than that, if you guys have any questions or comments, you can go ahead and leave those down below. Other than that, we're good for here, and you guys take it easy. Be good to yourself and good to everyone else, and peace through comics.